No one is a prophet in their own land. The light that blinds the eyes still closed. Kardec observes that Jesus, when starting his divine mission, was not understood by his fellow townspeople. The inhabitants of Nazareth had known him since childhood and saw him only as the son of the carpenter Joseph. When the Master began to teach with moral and spiritual authority, many were scandalized and said, "Where does he get such wisdom?" This episode, far from being singular, reflects a universal psychological law. Prejudice is the first obstacle to truth. Familiarity produces a kind of moral blindness. The human mind tends to judge someone's spiritual value by appearance, social origin, or known past, and not by the brilliance of their soul. Thus, the doctors of the law, bound to traditions and the pride of their position, did not perceive the divine greatness that was manifesting before them. Jesus, however, knew that light blinds the eyes still accustomed to shadow. Modern psychology confirms this trend. Studies show that the human brain creates fixed mental maps about the people it knows, making it difficult to perceive profound changes. Those who see us grow rarely imagine us transformed. Thus, the Nazarenes saw Jesus still as the simple young man from their village and could not conceive the spiritual magnitude he represented. Kardec expands on this principle, showing that every missionary faces the same misunderstanding. The spirits sent to earth to renew ideas and values are almost always rejected by those who cling to the past. It is a natural law of progress. The new light is only accepted when the old resistances dissolve. Human pride fears what it does not understand, and therefore the truth is always received first with irony, then with hostility, and only later with recognition. The neuroscience of perception explains this phenomenon from another angle. The brain rejects information that contradicts old beliefs, a cognitive defense mechanism. When Jesus' message of love and renewal confronted the selfish values of the time, closed minds reacted with resistance, like cells that reject the medicine that can heal them. The spiritual revolution proposed by Christ was not only religious but psychological, requiring the death of the ego and the rebirth of consciousness. The quantum physics of consciousness offers a symbolic parallel. Every new vibration causes instability until the system finds new harmony. Similarly, the arrival of a luminous spirit temporarily disorganizes the collective vibrational field because its higher energy accelerates the moral rhythm of humanity. Those who cannot withstand this frequency react with fear, envy, or denial. It is the vibrational resistance to spiritual progress. Kardec explains that the missionaries of good should never be surprised by ingratitude or misunderstanding. These trials are part of the mission because example and suffering are the most powerful forms of teaching. Jesus, when rejected by his own land, showed that the true prophet does not seek personal glory but fidelity to divine truth, even when the world repels him. He did not come to be worshipped. He came to teach the path of moral ascension through the practice of love. Spiritual sociology shows that great transformers, Socrates, Galileo, Gandhi, Allan Kardec, were also fought against by their contemporaries. Humanity, in every era, needs to be shaken by the courage of those who think and feel beyond time. Just as the seed breaks through the dark soil before seeing the light, truth is always born amidst resistance. Spiritism, by revisiting this lesson, invites each one to recognize the anonymous prophets who live among us, those who silently spread light amid indifference. They are the everyday missionaries, misunderstood and sometimes ridiculed, but who keep the flame of good alive. For being a prophet is not to predict the future, but to reveal the present in the light of truth. The moral physics of the gospel teaches that elevated vibrations always encounter obstacles in dense matter but ultimately transform it. Thus, Christ, rejected in Nazareth, became the spiritual center of the world. The rejection was merely the prelude to victory. Good may be ignored for a time, but it is invincible because it resonates with the divine law. Kardec concludes his analysis by reminding us that the world's contempt is the seal of elevated missions. The soul that serves the truth does not seek recognition, but transformation. And when humanity fully understands this lesson, no one will be a stranger in the land where they were born, because everyone will recognize in the other the light of the same Father. Understanding. No one is a prophet in their own land is understanding that true recognition comes from above, not from human opinion. Christ was rejected by the blind eyes of the world, but accepted by the hearts that learn to see with the Spirit. If this reflection has brought you understanding and inspiration, share it. Because understanding no one is a prophet in their own land is recognizing that the light many reject is the same that will one day make them see.